Hello YouTube and welcome to another moto vlog. Sorta coming at you from my couch in Sterling, Virginia, a month late. And those who know why it's late, and those who don't know, well, either read the description because I'll post a timestamp, or, well, it's at the end. It's at the end. Just go a few minutes from the end and you'll be fine. This is American Supercamp Round 2. I have Round 1 posted when I did it about a year ago. I lost about 60 pounds between the first time I did it and doing it now. I'm still pretty fat. I'm still quite massive. It's not so much that I'm fat. It's that I'm pretty massive. So, got a lot of mass to carry around. I'm a little heavier than one of these, but about the same weight as one of these bikes, I'd say. I'd have to look it up, but I'd say with full gear on and everything, maybe 235. I'm sitting right about 235 right here, so still a pretty big boy. You can see big difference already. If you look at my foot on the left, you're gonna see I'm sticking my foot out. There's one of our coaches. He's got the souped up bike so he can make passes, and things are going pretty good. I'm having a good time. I'm having fun. My big focus is, right or wrong, my big focus of what I wanted to do differently from this time compared to last time was get more aggressive with the brakes. Just really get that bike, brake later, scrub speed. What's going on there? I got my hand up. Get late. Oh, I see. Yeah, get out later, scrub more speed, just be more aggressive with the brakes and really fix that somewhat, you can call it like a deficiency with my skill, where I do a number of things pretty well on the bike, but braking has always been kind of a weak suit there. And you can see there, I broke way too early. And yeah, so we're gonna watch this together. I actually really haven't watched this before. I've kind of just watched the end, and I was kind of skipping around here just to do a little color grading and obviously cutting the clips up and everything. So why is this vertical? Well, I set up, this is my XD4 and I've had it for a long time, and I was going to retire it, but I couldn't get another helmet in time for this camp, so I decided to give the helmet, one last hurrah. But I set up my other, had to abort. I was setting up, the other helmet, and when I brought my GoPro to attach to this helmet, I forgot one of the little attachment things I needed to get the angle right. So you're stuck with vertical video. It's a good, it'll fit okay on a cell phone at least, right? So it could be worse. Ooh, we got a faller. Yeah, it's a good place to fall right there, kind of backing it in. Not too bad. That's where they tell you to fall. You can see here I'm kind of just following everyone. Yeah, they're gonna yell at me. I know throughout this, whenever I was getting yelled at, it was because of my vision. And was my vision the reason I crashed? Yes and no. I would say no. The reason I crashed, well, we'll talk about it. I might end up having a little bit of a black screen or some, I don't know what I'll do. We'll see. If I go way too far over the the limit, I might have to pull a picture, figure something out. But yeah, you can see this is kind of what the end of day 1 of Supercamp is. This is day 1, not day 2. I didn't make it to day 2, and again, you will see why, and I'll explain why. But yeah, so I go for a pass. That was pretty aggressive. And I got it stopped real good too. That was pretty impressive for me. I wasn't doing anything like that the first time. And of course, when you lose a ton of weight, you do end up going a little faster down the straights and braking a little better too, right? Well, mostly you end up going a little faster down the straights. F equals ma, all that and all that. So yeah, a month later, I finally, I think, had a mental reset. It took a while. I had a diagnosis, MRI diagnosis on the affected area, and it wasn't so bad. So now we're gonna go to the right, like usual, in Supercamp. I need to adjust myself. I'm sitting in a very unergonomic position, arched in my back forward and oof. All right, there we go though. Sitting good. So now we're going right. So this is going to be 3 full sessions. Pretty well, 3.
Go.
So here's me trying to get a little, I think that first time I was thinking to myself, man, I'm trying to kind of, I'm doing what I do like at Autobahn, the go-karting place, where I try to get a little bit of, what am I trying to explain? I'm trying to get a little bit of like daylight so I can do my own thing and not worry about riding around other people. But didn't work so much because it's like I'm already right on everybody. So, and you can see me like passing. I'm like, I don't really want to shove it up the inside. But look how, you know, they're a little less aggressive going right. So now I'm trying to figure out a way around. And this is where I start having problems. I think I'm turning my head too late. Ooh, gave myself a little bit of a scare there. So I'm just letting these guys around, give myself some more free room, right? So we'll see how that goes. That was on the gas, right? The track is like so slick, right? This is the mud drill, and the track is just so slick. Ooh. Yeah, I remember doing this now and like, oof, yeah, that stinks. I remember doing this now and like, going not this part, but on the other side. You know, I'll wait for it. So like here at this part, I'd be like here at this cone, full throttle, and still like spinning the rear tire and like sliding. There's just no grip. You can't go full throttle like anywhere without making the rear fishtail. And I actually did get on video one of the guys in the faster group have a crash there about halfway down the straight from doing that, and I just don't want to show it. You know, it's not really my business. I actually cut the video off when it looked like maybe he didn't get up right away. Fortunately, it looked like maybe he, you know, just winded himself or had a minor injury, nothing too serious, because he did get up. Played a little dirty with this guy, sort of, but yeah, I'm still hesitant to really like force passes here in the middle group. I think on one hand, I don't trust my own skills, and on the other hand, I don't necessarily trust these guys' skills either. As you can also tell, I'm still pretty big, guys, so like, I'm getting on the gas earlier than this guy, but it doesn't really result in any extra speed, you know what I mean? Like, I got on the gas a mile earlier than that guy, but he still ended up, you know, kind of pulling away from me. So that does make it quite difficult for me to make passes. I basically have to rely on the guy making just a huge mistake, and then me not making any mistake at all, and kind of taking like a nice solid line around their mistake. That's the only real way I'm gonna get a pass. But as you can see, once I make the pass, I like instantly got up with the guy in front of me. So, and I think that's the end of that session. So yeah, if you're watching this and you saw my last video, you can see I'm like about a jillion times more confident. I could maybe compare my lap times. I don't really want to. I don't think that's all that important in this context, but I'm definitely, you know, I'm going a lot harder. So that's the end of this first session. We're gonna see the next session and see how that goes. I left the end in here because my fancy little churn here. Trying to be nice. Get the guy who's using my bike next. He's straight up right. He's got the primo location, right? Alright, so let's go on to the next one. Yep, here we are. So this is my next session, the penultimate session for day 1. And is it going? Don't know what's going on there. There we go. Moving now. Robbie from before. Now they got the GoPro thing so we can watch ourselves, and of course, what do they say? Objects in the GoPro are as slow as they appear. Because you look slow when they set the GoPro up like that, since it's obvious it's the same basic camera that I have. Yeah, you can see me putting. Oh. Yeah, you can see me putting my hand up there, even though I always do that. I just, when in doubt, put your hand up. If you're going to have to, you know, not be able to ride the way you normally would because of some obstruction on the track or with yourself, put your hand up and let everyone know. You can see me already kind of... Yeah, wow, I'm like really like, holy crap, I almost crashed right there, right? It's super, I'm struggling a little. I'm having a hard time. It's obviously a lot slicker than it was last time. They've stopped watering at this point, right? I think they've decided that it's muddy enough. I don't have too much to say. I'm trying not to get on any kind of crazy, ranty situation here. Man, that guy flew by me. I hope that was a coach. But yeah, they're able to carry a lot more speed. You know, my mid-corner speed, I think, was something I still need to work on. I'm kind of just like basically parking it in each turn. But you know, you gotta do one thing at a time, right? Pretty aggressive move there, right? And there you can see me kind of stopping and kind of like there, right there. You hear the tires, you hear the engine just spin up. The tires spin up like halfway down the straight, right? Holy moly, right? It is super muddy. Oh, but this guy rocked it by me now, so he had the confidence before. But now that I've had a little time out here, I'm kind of working my way back up. And kind of catching him up, even though he's not getting held up at all. So that's interesting. Maybe he made a mistake, and that's it. I don't know. You can see I'm taking a very different line than him down that side, too. I'm wondering why. I'm holding everyone up behind me. Yeah, you see how early... You can see how early they're scrubbing. They're pushing the bike down really early, you know? And that's something I think I'm struggling with. I don't know. I think at this point, it's like, will I go back to Supercamp? I really want to. I don't know. Things are in the air for me right now. Just everything is in the air. I really don't know what I'm going to be doing going forward, so... we will see. I mean, I like the idea of riding the sportiness, you know, riding sporty and, you know, dirt and track and all that, you know, fun stuff where you can really, you know, push the bike around and let loose. But at the same time, it's like there's definitely that potential for, you know, injuries. And, you know, when you're doing it, obviously on the road, when you're riding around on the road, there's a big potential for, you know, colliding with cars and just debris in the road, wild animals, and just all kinds of stuff like that. But here, when you're doing more of a sporty ride, right, riding around, you know, doing this kind of thing, or riding, say, on trails or motocross track or whatever, there's a lot of potential to injure your arms, your legs, concussions, things like that.
Huh? No grip, oh my gosh.
There's me complaining, right? That's pretty funny. Someone's doing that. Oh, that was those were the coaches doing that. So everyone's going, me. I'm just like, screw it. I'm gonna be aggressive. Come in nice and tight. They're like going crazy. I'll just get in nice and tight. Let that guy go. No need to race. This is not a race, you know. Oh
yeah,
shit.
You alright? Yeah, we're good, we're good. Good happens. I'm so sick.
I forgot about that one. There's that. I'm stuck, right? That's right. The guy even talked to me afterwards and was like, "Oh, thank you so much for not running me over." Nah, well, considering my, you know, my heading, or you know, where the direction I was headed, yeah, I might have, you know, crashed into his bike, but I certainly wasn't gonna run him over, even if I hadn't stopped. I don't know. Who knows? Could have happened. But that's my street skills coming in there. Like I stopped, you know, quick, and in a hurry, right? Whatever that phrase, I was going to say whatever that phrase is. Fast, quick, and in a hurry. That's not the right phrase. Well, it doesn't matter. There's another crash down there, man. A lot of crashes, right? I maybe should have kept count of how many crashes that I'd seen so far. Oh, well. Oh, well. What are you going to do? Ooh. That was getting a little aggressive on my part right there. That could have easily been a crash. You can see the bike getting really squirrely. Because again, if you've never done Supercamp, right, I'm using the rear brake only. So, you know, there is that. Not the, not the best move, right? Well, I shouldn't say that. It's the way that you're supposed to do it, but it's not the easiest thing to manage, in my opinion, because once it starts to slide, you know, it's right there again, some middle of the straightaway slide action. Oh, man. Honestly, I was having so much fun at this point. It's just, you know, wild. All the bumps, all the lack of grip, especially in the middle of the corners is where it seemed to be more, you know, worse. And here I am. I'm probably going to try to set up a pass. We will see how that all goes. Ooh. You can hear the squeaks. Oh, man, I'm getting pushed wide. But see, when you're pushed wide like this, it's really not a good way to pass. You really gotta, you know, come in on the inside and push them wide. Which is kind of a dick move to push someone wide like that, but at the same time, you really have no choice. Like you gotta do what I'm doing right there and show them a wheel and just block past them and cut off their apex. You know what I mean? Because they're going all the way to the edge of the track, right? And yeah, so this guy goes super wide. I'm like, oh man, I tried to get on the gas too early there, but it still worked because I took his apex away, you know? I don't know why I turned in. See, I had this mental block, right? It's like after I passed somebody, the next, oh shit, that was, okay, there's the black flag there. Whew, I almost ate it bad. Coming there. As soon as I picked up the throttle, the bike was like, nope! But I think I noped out of the throttle. I was probably very light on the throttle at that point, so I could just, you know, roll roll off a couple degrees and then zero throttle again. I don't know. It's hard to say. I don't have telemetry. So now we're gonna get to the last session. Again, I was starting to feel confident at the end of that session, and I do seem to be more confident going right than left. I don't know. At least compared to the other riders, I feel like I am more confident going left, but so is everyone else, if that makes any sense. I don't know. But yeah, I mean, for sure, I think one of the... So this is me, I think, getting on the... Is this the last session now? Yeah, this is the last session. So we'll see how this goes. 10 minutes here. Huh, that's interesting. There's still 10 more minutes in this video. It's interesting. Did I really do that many sessions? I gotta look. I gotta take a look at my timeline here, which I don't know if I can do. I'll figure it out. Yeah, I get that. And then no, yeah, this is the last session. It's just a long boy. I guess they give us a big long session at the end, and yeah, that was my. Oh no, you know why? It's because I do run the whole session. I forgot about that. I do make it through the whole session. He put a little fear into me there, passing me real close, right? So immediately it looks like there's a little more grip than last time. Either that, or I was more used to it. Kind of didn't get all the way in there, but not so big of a deal. Not so big of a deal. Want to hit that guy. That's the guy who passed me like I wasn't even moving that one time. I must have made a big mistake there, or just I really had no confidence at that point. I was trying to feel things out, and he was like, "Yeah, I got this. This is easy." Yeah. You can see me braking harder, right? I'm definitely I'm trying really at this point to get a better feel for, you know, really hard trail braking, you know, scrubbing the speed. You can also see me really not, you know, trying to get it up onto the, basically almost, you know, running over those yellow plates. That's usually my goal, is to get, you know, either run over those plates or get as close as I reasonably can. Like, if I screw up and go wide, I'm not gonna, you know, go crazy to... Yeah, see, that guy was... If that was a racing situation, I would have, you know, basically forced him to run into me. But it's not, so I'll just let him, you know, have his day in the sun. But that time, not so much. See ya. Man, you can see how much I'm spinning the tire up, but I'm still kind of just like staying in it. But you can see this, like how the ebb and flow, these guys are really taking like circular turns. They're not taking a very, you know, angled turn like I am, right? That guy's good though. The guy in the red and the gray, I mean, he seems like the one guy who's giving me problems in terms of pace, right? More than anyone else. Man, but look how I'm spinning that rear tire up. That's just hilarious. You do that on a GS on a gravel road, you'll get away with it, but when you don't get away with it, you're going to be going like 8,000 miles an hour. Oh shit, I was way offline there, so when I tried to tip it in, right, the bike very much protested. I don't know. Ooh, yeah. There's a move, so, you know, yeah. Ooh. So now I'm kind of catching up to him, but kind of sized him up on the inside there, but we know that's not going to happen, right? Not here. I can get sort of close, right? But if you can't pull up like wheel to wheel, like front wheel, you know, there's just, again, I just don't think it's right to make a pass if you're only halfway alongside of them. This is the middle group. We're not racing, you know, this is just, you know, again, we're just out here to learn and have fun. Like, I don't need to stuff a pass up the inside and potentially cause a crash just to have fun, you know? You know. Stay on the inside of the cones. They were like, that's the biggest no-no you could do, is get outside of the cones. So, what are you going to do? They're going there, and here's the last half of the last session. So, we will see at the end of this why we haven't really had any videos as of late. Pretty unfortunate situation, but I'll explain.
Oh my God, okay.
I will explain what's going on medically with me, and again, I'll just say that I'm not sure what's going to be my deal going forward or not. I think I'll know soon, and I have ridden since this video. I'll say that just to say it before you see what happens. I have ridden. It's not, you know, the injury that I sustained is not terrible, and I've ridden twice. I've done 2 days of riding just over this past weekend, and that's kind of what I was waiting for, I guess. I don't know. I think getting back on the bike was a good way for me to kind of deal with all this. I'm trying to say, like, I was able to, I don't know, yeah, feel like maybe, because this is the thing, like, this is my first time crashing in any capacity since I dislocated my shoulder back about a year ago. I dislocated my shoulder. It's been a year. In 2 weeks, it'll have been a year since I dislocated my shoulder. So, like, yeah, that was just hard. 2 crashes and 2 injuries. I did not need to go to the hospital for this one at all. I'm not going to need surgery, nothing like that. But still, I just don't know. It's just a real shame. It was really, really, really deflating and really causing me to think to myself, like, oh my gosh, I need to, you know, reconsider what I'm doing. If that makes any sense, right? Yeah, you can see there they were complaining about my vision because I was looking at the bikes trying to make sure I didn't do anything, you know, bad. And then there, right after I passed, you see that, right after I passed, I'm thinking about the riders behind me. And that is a big problem. And I think that's what caused the crash. You'll see it. You'll see what happened. I was thinking about the rider behind me and pushing too hard, and my brain just wasn't in the right. My brain just wasn't right, and of course that is what it is, right? The incorrect mechanical motions and the incorrect things you do are a result of your mental state being wrong. You know what I mean? The body does, in a sense, react on its own, but we have control. Our brain is what controls it at the end of the day, whether it's conscious thoughts, subconscious thoughts, things like that. Oh my God, that was a big moment there. See, at that point, I think that's where I should have stopped, honestly, but I didn't. I did not stop, and we'll see. Should have had my hand up. Oh well. Could be worse. Could be worse. So you see me, I'm just way faster than this rider ahead of me at this point. And I'm pretty sure this is going to be the situation where everything goes wrong for me. So, yeah, this guy kind of is doing that, and yep, here we go. This is going to be it right here. I know it. Yep. So you see my, yeah, so you saw my leg, right?
I'm alright, I think. I twist my knee a little bit, but yeah, I'm okay.
Yeah, so you saw my right foot. My right foot hit the ground first.
Sorry. You all right? Yeah, I think so. Yeah, my knee hurts a little bit, but I'll be all right, I think.
My right foot hit the ground first, and I sustained a level 2 sprain to my MCL on my right knee. I'm still recovering. I've had an MRI. Diagnosis. We're talking. You hear me talking. It doesn't matter.
You want to ride it back, or you want us to take it?
I can ride it back.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll be all right.
So yeah, I don't know. The reason I'm going, I don't know if what I'm going to do going forward.
Last turn of last session.
Yeah, last turn of last session. The yellow flag was out, or the black flag was out. So yeah, just a shame, a real shame. I don't know. I done good all the time, and
There we go.
yeah, it's just so deflating. Like
I'll be all right.
it makes me just wonder, like, do I have?
Put my foot down when I shouldn't have, though. That was close.
Do I have the right mental state? And now the helmet's really retired because the guy in the black jersey that I passed, he ended up actually touching my helmet with his bike a little bit, and the helmet's definitely retired after that. It's done its job. So yeah, that's gonna be the end, guys.
Number 4. Oops.
I have another set of videos here that we can motovlog. That I can make another motovlog on, which I'll probably do in the next few days. So I'll talk about what's going on. I think I'll know more then. So, anyways, guys, yeah. I mean, it is what it is. You know, you gotta think about your riding. It just is what it is. I didn't think about my riding in the right way, and now, well, there it is.